Everything you do, everything you do. Okay, folks, back with another quick one for you today. I just wanted to kind of introduce this product. Hopefully that's all in frame there. But it is the Learn Together deck set. They call it the Sail Away events, I think, at your local game shop. You can probably check. Hopefully it's not over. Mine was just a couple of days ago, or several days ago, I should say. But you can still get these boxes around, and I just wanted to give you a little heads up introduction. Not necessarily go over what's listed here, because anyone can pick this up and see what you get, but I'll actually show you what it looks like inside and kind of give you some thoughts on the whole set in general. Now, I've heard that the cards that come in here, you don't get to use them in normal tournaments because they're marked. I'll show you here in a quick sec. Just going to unload the box and then we'll get into it real quick. Kind of just messed them up here. So, let's see. So basically, you get 3 different decks. There's this green Zoro, a red Luffy deck, and this dual color Nami deck. And each one comes as a full set of 51 cards. So the leader and the 50 cards to play. And they does come with a unique version of each leader. I'll show you each of those. I'm not going to go through the whole deck list, but you get obviously the Tendon. You get a pretty humdrum playmat. I don't know if I stuck mine back in here. I think we used mine when I did the event, and then I discarded it, I think. No, maybe it's down here. I'll show you that in a sec. But I do want to... The highlight of these is kind of the leader cards themselves. So if you play these decks already... Well, I didn't open mine because actually I played the Luffy. But yeah, the cards themselves are unique and kind of nice. But I'll show you real quick why I guess they're not for tournament play or local play, whatnot. Let's see, hopefully I left the Luffy on top. I did. So they're really cool. All 3 leader cards are actually kind of cool. But the decks here, you can see there's a 2 with a red hat there, 16. Mine are now out of order. But if you were to actually do the actual learn to play like you're intended to when you get these, you'll notice real quick, there's the playmat. It's a dual playmat, so you set it up and you're facing each other. So it's meant for 2 people at once. Kind of neat. But you'll notice here that there's only a Zoro and a Luffy Learn Together play guide. That's because to learn, you're actually meant to just pick one of each of these. The Nami is just a throw-in for kind of so you can continue to play after you do the Learn to Play, the Learn Together event. So this is just kind of a quick rundown of generally what each thing means on the card, means on the playmat, the play surface, whatever. But these are actual scripts. So once you pick your color, whether it's the red Luffy or the green Zoro, then you set the cards up, and you really want to pay attention from the get-go because it tells you exactly, first of all, you don't shuffle like you would in a normal match. And once you lay out the cards, it's very, very, very important that you do it exactly the way they tell you, because I had played a few matches before, so in the deck area, I put my deck upside down, which you normally would do. But for the play instructions, you're supposed to put it face up so that when it tells you to draw the top card, you're actually drawing the proper card. So you really, really want to pay attention to these instructions if you're actually doing it by the script to learn how to play the game. And we were kind of bummed because my friend hadn't ever played, and I'm kind of still a noob. But the script cuts out after like 3 turns. Like Luffy gets, and I think Zoro gets 3 turns, and Luffy gets three and a half turns or 4 turns, whatever it is. But you don't actually play out the match. We were just sitting there going through it, and then all of a sudden, oop, no more instructions, and then I guess you're just meant to go on your own from there. But sadly, I don't think this is enough. If I'm being honest, I don't think this is enough to really get you to learn how to play the game. So it's nice to have 3 starter decks. It's nice to start the script, but it doesn't go through every scenario and it doesn't explain everything you need to know. So my take is it's a good place to start, but you're still probably going to have to go to YouTube or find some other learn to play, and you can use these decks, of course, but when you're done with this script, you still don't know everything you need to know to play the game. There's still a whole lot of scenarios that come up. In fact, I don't think either of us used a stage card, so they don't tell you about stage cards at all as far as I could tell. So if you play a deck with a stage card, then that's a whole new thing. So maybe this goes over some more of the details, but clearly, based on how small this is, there's no way it goes over everything. So it's kind of a get to know the game kind of thing, but definitely you will not know exactly how to play through and through by buying one of these. Let me go quickly over what else you get, because it comes with these starter decks, like I said, with the straight 51 cards, including your leader. But then they also give you, each one gets a supplemental pack, and I've separated them already, unfortunately. So if you, say, got the red Luffy deck, you play through the script as much as you can. Next time you play, you can actually pop in some different cards and, some better cards, so to speak. In fact, one of the cards for I don't see where I put it, actually. Oh, there it is. One of the cards for the Zoro deck is this really good Zoro card. I've never played it, but I know it's a good card to have. You'll notice it's not the foil version. So it is the SEC, but they don't give you the actual SEC. It's just a kind of a plain version of that. And if you're able to go to the event, you can get these. They distributed these. This is the 2 unique cards that you get. One Luffy, one Zoro. Kind of mirror images of each other. One Zoro's in the front, one Luffy's in the front. But that's the promo you get if you make it to one of the events. I'm sure they'll let you play even if you're not a beginner. I'm guessing that's what they would do, but check that out for yourself. But honestly, my honest opinion is it's a nice way to get to know the game. But if you think you're going to be serious about it, you're probably better off just buying a starter deck, a regular starter deck. I think they're up to like 28 starter decks now, maybe even more. Maybe you can do some research, find out which starter decks are actually still playable, which ones aren't. Like I said, I said in the past video, a recent video, that I am actually doing building out the Red Shank starter deck, which is, I think, SD23, starter deck 23. So obviously, if my humble opinion, that one's a viable deck. Yeah, I think honestly, and those you can generally get for about 10 to 12 bucks. They usually come out about 15, something like that, and then they kind of drop a little bit because they distribute those a little bit better. But yeah, honestly, this starter deck Learn Together is not a bad way to learn, but it literally just breaks the surface, and you're probably going to have to go to alternate sources to fully learn how to play the game. And that said, if you think you're going to be serious about it, you're probably better off paying 10, 11, 12 bucks for an actual starter deck. These things go for retail for 40. The Learn to Play Together deck set. You get the 3 decks for 40 bucks. I've seen a lot of stores already dropping it because I guess they didn't sell too well. You can get them online now for like 35 bucks, even cheaper. But again, if you think you're going to be serious about playing, my suggestion is you'd probably better off picking a starter deck with a character you like. Do a little bit of research, find out if that deck is still playable, quote unquote playable. If you're only looking to have fun with your house and your friends, then I guess it doesn't matter if it's a competitive deck. Just pick somebody you like. But yeah, unless you're going to go to an event to get these promo cards, unless you just want to be, one and done. Say like you want to play with just your couple of your friends, you can get this, have 3 full sets to play with. It's kind of fun. But if you think you might go further, you might start trying to get into local tournaments and whatnot. Like I said, I would go look at the other starter decks, figure out which one you'd like to play. Probably buy that or buy 2 of them if you want to, play at home too with whoever. But yeah, the set sale event was kind of cool, but I don't think it really teaches you the game. In fact, I know it doesn't. And then, so, yeah. Anyway, I'm starting to repeat myself here. But it's not a bad little thing if you just want to be a self-contained little thing. The starter decks do come with a single play mat, but again, you'd have to buy 2 because it doesn't have the, the opponent's side on the playmat like this does. But you're going to get a deck that's more viable, to be honest. Most people say this Green Zoro is competitive, but not if you can't take these cards and use them because they're not tournament legal because of the extra markings. That I don't know for sure. That I've heard around. But the Zoro in it is a kind of a nice looking leader. It's an alternate version of the leader, so there's the other aspect of it. You might want that. But yeah, sadly, I don't think it really teaches you, even though it's the Learn Together deck set. It's like just a push or a nudge in the right direction, and you're still going to do a lot of learning outside of what you get in this little deck here. So that's that. I will see you in the next one. Bye.